I broke the front axle of my Jeep Gladiator in Johnson Valley. I'm thinking, well, where are we gonna take the thing, right? We can't just dump it back at my camp. What am I gonna do there? It's, you know, a few days go by, nobody's gonna be here. This is the story of how that all unfolded and how, thanks to a lot of really great people, I was able to pick up the pieces and get the Jeep to a safe spot within about 48 hours, back from California to Arizona, where it'll be rebuilt into a better Jeep than I could have ever expected. So basically, long story short, what happened, I was driving on a dirt road and I didn't see a boulder, and I hit a massive boulder. By the time I did see it, I was looking right at it, and what do you do when you're looking at something? You usually drive straight towards it. So unfortunately, I connected with a massive boulder about as big as me with the front passenger Nitto 37-inch trail grappler. Anyways, we got out, assessed the damage, realized that I had really messed up by hitting this boulder, and snapped the Rubicon Dana 44 front axle in half that we had already re-geared with Nitro 513 gears and had a locker, and it was ready to go. And honestly, I can't imagine anything holding up to this. Not only did we snap the front axle, I also sheared the Icon 2.5 CDC shock straight off the shaft. Icon's been really great with getting me some replacement parts, and we actually got the replacement shock shaft, so we're just gonna rebuild that shock. I was also super amazed my Steer Smarts components. I have all the Steer Smart steering components in the front. None of them bent. None of them even were phased. The front axle snapped and these things are still perfectly straight chilling there. What? Like, I'm super amazed. And with we're gonna do new axles, there's a little bit of a hint for you. Steer Smart sent some new components, and I just could not be more thankful to have the Steer Smarts components on the Jeep, but also to have your guys' support. But that's a little further ahead. So right away, my buddies were at the scene, and they went over to the Olaf camp to flag some people down for help. Christian, the owner of Shift Pod, came out and was just in awe at what I had done there, and was just all willing to help out from the get-go. And you know, he said, man, I'll just tow you out if you want. And I'm like, well, we need a trailer. You know, we really need a trailer to do this properly. So I go back to the camp with them, and they're actually doing the raffle at this point, and it was pretty funny. I walk up, and people had kind of already heard the buzz that had already gone around camp of what happened. And I think Rory was on the mic from Trigger Controller, and I walk in and Rory goes, oh, down to Mavo. And I can't remember what he said, but everyone looks over and was like, oh, and I kind of held my jacket up and was like trying to hide. Anyways, it was kind of a funny moment, and just really the start of everyone being there for me to say, it's okay, we got you, let's pick up the pieces and figure this out. So anyways, I talked to Mike from Hellwig, I talked to Jeremy, just saying, hey, this is what happened, do you know anybody that can help? And this super awesome guy, Brandon, popped into our conversation and said, oh, what, you need a trailer? I got a trailer. Okay, so we've got Christian from Shift Pod, and he's gonna be the tow rig to get the Jeep out. Could not be more grateful for these people helping right now. That's what it's all about, man. It's almost like making me tear up. But anyways, we're gonna take this trailer, and it's got a winch on it and everything. Just like the perfect trailer to do this with, really low in the back. And we got Matt's property that we can tow it to, JV Sandbox, just a couple miles away. So came together pretty quick, a plan, and we'll figure out the rest later. Just standing on it, that'll get it down. That's perfect.
Dreamwork.
That's awesome. Never quite seen that method. I like it. Nice.
Put chick in your car?
Yeah.
When it happened?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about.
All right, we got the trailer on, and we're mobbing out.
Here we go.
So this is all within the first hour. So we pull up to the Gladiator, and honestly, I wanted to cry. There was like 20 people, all my friends, like from the Overland industry and the Overland scene from across the country, just all with their lights on, all piled around, ready to help, all with their jacks out and their different recovery devices. And everyone was so helpful and stoked just to help and get it done. We started to jack up the front axle in an attempt to kind of put some tie downs around it and just brace it, hold it kind of flat, because it was just, you know, flat like this. The shaft literally fell straight out of it. Another thing that happened in the accident was the front got pushed so far back, bent the radius arm and pushed the tire right into the rock slider. So getting it up onto the trailer was super tricky because that Nitto trail grappler was hitting into the rock slider. I was absolutely amazed at the abuse that tire took on. It's quite shredded up, but it's still a legitimate spare tire at this point. So super impressed. I'm super stoked to be moving up to Nitto 40-inch trail grapplers.
Nice, brother.
Yeah, you got it.
Front right. Jammed up on the right side really bad. Tire. Winch it. Pretty good so far. Good. There you go.
Anyways, we ended up getting it on the trailer, crunching it on, and really just munching it, crunching it on, winching it using my Warn Xeon 12S winch, which if I didn't have the winch on the front of the Jeep, that would have given us a lot less options, and I don't know, that would have been a lot trickier to get somebody else in there. You never know when you're going to need the winch, but the 2 times I've used it so far on the Gladiator, it's absolutely saved the day. So yeah, love that Warn winch, and we got it on the trailer. Before even all this though, I'm thinking, well, where are we going to take the thing, right? We can't just dump it back at my camp. What am I going to do there? It's, you know, a few days go by, nobody's going to be here. So I had called my buddy Matt, aka JV_sandbox on Instagram. Go follow him for awesome Johnson Valley content. I had been following Matt for the past year from Hammers 2020 or 2019. Yeah, Hammers 2020, and we actually linked up at Chocolate Thunder, got to hang out and get to know each other a little bit before I asked him for help and said, hey man, do you mind if I bring the Gladiator to your property and just dump it there? I broke the front axle, I don't know what to do. And he was so cool. He was like, bring it over. Well, first he heckled with me a little bit, of course, like, oh yeah, just $1,000 a night. But no, he was like, just bring it over, man. We've got food for you. We got beer over here. Like, once we get it off the trailer, we'll hang out and we'll go back to Chocolate Thunder. I'll give you a ride back to your camp. And Matt was just my savior that night.
Dude, I'm so thankful to be at your place, man.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I got you, bro.
This is a freaking adventure.
Hey, close your door. Figure it out.
I know. Right.
Yeah, can you
Don't do that. Your front tire's coming off. You're gonna fall off the trailer. Don't go anymore. Don't go anymore.
Get the brakes, Jeep. Jeep, can you go, driver? Hold that. Stop.
Well, turns out getting it off the trailer might be trickier than even getting it on. But anyways, that's going to be for part 2 in the next episode. Also, just as a little disclaimer, I know I'm like kind of, smiling and happy throughout this video. I'm really just trying to put on a positive face and get things done. And there was really no time to dwell in the situation. But it was a big accident and something that I certainly learned a lot from and don't take lightly at all. We're really only about halfway there. We've still got to get this Jeep all the way from California back to Arizona. Thank you again so much to everyone who helped, and stay tuned for the next episode where we'll shout out everyone. Hit that like if you enjoyed the video, of course, and comment below. Let me know what your favorite part was. And thanks again to my patrons for helping support the channel. My patrons also get exclusive access to behind-the-scenes footage and also hear updates before anyone else. And we'll see you next time when we crunch this Jeep on and off a couple more trailers. The only question is, are you? down to mob. Just don't go into a rock.